How good is an e-bike under $900? Well, today we're going to find out with this Isinwheel D4. It's a fat tire folding e-bike, so let's get into it. I do want to start off by saying that the packaging of this bike, when it came, was amazing. Every part of this bike was protected, and that is better than I've even seen on my most expensive e-bikes that I have reviewed. It also comes with a bike pump, but it comes with a bike pump. The D4 comes in one size and one color. Now the bike weighs 66 pounds and it has a payload capacity of 330 pounds. I have seen this bike on a couple of different websites, to include Isinwheel's website, but the best price is on Amazon for $899. They say that the ideal rider height is between 5'3" and 6'3". This is a Class 2 e-bike which will take you up to 20 miles an hour via the half-twist throttle or using pedal assist. It can also be unlocked to a Class 3 bike, taking you up to speeds higher than that. I don't know yet. We're going to test it out and we're going to find out. They say the D4 will do 39 to 43 miles just using the throttle only, or up to 55 miles using just pedal assist. Well, we know that I never get the mileage that they claim out of these bikes, well, just because I kind of run them through a torture test while I'm reviewing them. The Isinwheel uses a 48-volt, 500-watt rear hub motor. Now, it has the capacity to give you a peak power of 750 watts, and they say that it has approximately 60 Newton meters of torque. The transmission is the standard 7-speed Shimano transmission with a Shimano Tourney derailleur. It does have a derailleur guard and the Shimano thumb shifter. Stopping power for the D4 is provided by mechanical brake system with 160 millimeter rotors on the front and rear. The battery is a 48 volt, 15 amp, 720 watt hour battery. It's UL certified. It has this BMS system in it, which is this intelligent charging system. Here's your charger. It's 2.5 amps. It takes 8 hours to charge the battery, but if you leave it plugged in, it's not going to hurt the battery because the system is going to shut it down. You can charge the battery on the bike, or you can take the battery off the bike. It comes with a key, and then you got to put it in the position. You have to unlock it. You flip this little lever up on the seat, it folds forward, and then you just pull the battery out. Not only do you need the key to remove the battery, but you will need it to start the bike as one of the safety features. It comes with an adjustable front suspension. You have 89 millimeters of play right here. You can tighten it up, you can lock it out. It's sitting on 20 by 4 inch tires. These are fat tires, they're also puncture resistant, and they have that knobby kind of tread on them. Now this looks like it's a suspension seat post, but it's not. It's just a plastic cover that goes up and down. You will get some spring in this super over padded seat right here that has springs on the back. Some of the other features of the bike include fenders, front and rear. They are plastic. It has a rear rack on it that holds 33 pounds. We have plastic foldable pedals, a quick release seat post, and an adjustable stem. Cockpit Operations. Now, once you turn on the key to the battery, now you have power to the display. From here, you're just going to hold down this M button. The bike is going to turn on. As you can see, it is a black and white. It's not a color screen, but it does have a lot of information on here. It's going to tell you your current speed, what percentage you have of the battery, and the indicator, which I do like that part. Your pedal assist levels, your odometer, if you can bounce through the menu by hitting the M button, you can see your trip information, your voltage, your current, and the amount of time, and things like that. If you want to go up in pedal assist, well, you're just going to hit the up button, and it has 5 levels of pedal assist, and this down arrow takes you back down. From there, I got to tell you, when putting this bike together, I put it together kind of wrong, and then I went to fix it, and then I broke the connectors off that operate the horn and the headlight. So on this bike, this is totally my fault, but that's what these do. Even if you mess up like I did and you break the connector to the headlight, well, the tail light still works when you hit the headlight button. Here are the brake lights with it. During the daytime, you just turn that off and you got that going. I'll end up rewiring to make sure that the headlight and horn work, but for this review, we're not going to need it. On your right-hand side, you have the twist throttle. And these grips, I didn't even mention about these grips. These grips are kind of rubberish. I need to tighten that down clearly. These grips, they're like an in-between soft and hard. This is your Shimano thumb shifter. It's very standard. And here is your rear brake lever. Now, folding this bike is a little bit different than some of the other ones that I've done. Let me show you what I mean. Now, you're gonna unhook this frame part like normal, but then you would also normally do the stem. With this one, we're gonna fold this in by pushing in the pedal and turning it, and then we're gonna bring the bike in on this side. We'll let it sit it down, we'll bring it over, and then you have to hit the release, you have to pull this part out, hit the release, and it says it bends over the other way, which I don't see how unless you do it like this. I feel like it's done backwards, or you would have to lower this seat to do it. So maybe that's the deal. Let's try that. Let's try lowering the seat. Then putting this back. Well, that doesn't seem like that really saves much space by that sticking out. But that's how they show it's done. There it is. After messing with this a little bit, this is how I was able to get it to fold up. So a little bit better instead of this bar. Before it was just hanging out over there. So clearly that was my fault by not having the tire in there far enough. So when you do it like that, there you go. This from here to the very end of there, because that is taking up space, is 48 inches. We are here to do the road test. So I'm sitting on this seat and it has like all this extra cushion padding, which if you're just riding it and using the throttle, it feels great. But if you're pedaling, it feels like it's a little wide. I don't know, maybe it'll change my mind here in a little bit. I have dropped the bike into 0 pedal assist to see how easy it is to pedal without any assistance or help. Right now, we're moving about 8 miles an hour. I've got it in gear 5, and I mean, it's okay. Time for the throttle test. I have it in pedal assist 1, throttle only, and let's see how fast we're gonna go. I don't know if it's totally unlocked and we're just gonna launch up in speed. Nope, we are not. So on the throttle test, on pedal assist 1, we're gonna stay an average of 8 miles an hour. Let's see what pedal assist level 2 does. Pedal assist level 2 is taking us right under 12 miles an hour, so we're at 11.9. Let's see what pedal assist 3 does. Okay, pedal assist 3 is gonna take you at 14 miles an hour. Let's try number 4. Oh, I felt a kick on that one. 17.3 in pedal assist number 4. Let's see what number 5 does. If you remember, I did unlock this bike to take it past a class 2 into a class 3. Ooh, we're really getting the juice now. All right, throttle only on pedal assist number 5. We're at 25 miles an hour, and that looks like it topped out at that. We are now going to do the pedal assist test. We're in pedal assist number 1. We're just using no throttle. We're just pedaling to see what the average speeds would be. And we are at 9 miles an hour. Hit it for pedal assist number 2. All right, pedal assist 2, we're at 12.6, 12 and a half, somewhere around there. Pedal assist 3, I'm kicking it all the way into 7th gear. And we're cruising at 14 miles an hour in pedal assist 3. Pedal assist number 4, I'm at 16 miles an hour, but I'm starting to ghost pedal, which I knew I would with only having 7 speeds. Let's see what we can do in pedal assist number 5. At 22 miles an hour, it was total ghost pedal. Like can't even keep up at that point. So this seems like this will be another folding bike that you'll be using mostly throttle if you're doing over 20 miles an hour. I don't think I mentioned it, but there is a USB port underneath here to help keep your phone charged while taking these long trips. My phone's already charged up, so not needed. All right, guys, let's talk about the sizing for this bike. This quick release post is not, or release clamp is not the best. Right, so this is the seat as low as it can possibly be, and so is the stem. So there's for your 5'3" person, and then we're going to extend this out. Now there are no markings on the stem, or on the post. Yeesh. So that would be, see if I can get that to stay long enough to show you guys. Oh, that would be the highest, and then the stem part. Let's do this. We're kind of really stretching the cords at this part. So there you go. There it is for your 6'3" person. Oh, I did see where it shows maximum height right here, so we did take it up to the maximum height. So that's good. I'm gonna bring this back down because all the way down seems to be pretty comfortable. Well, it was actually up to about right there. There we go. That should be about comfortable for me. Now I got to fight with this thing again. I've clamped it, but see, look, it still moves. So we're gonna have to do it again, but I can't. I'm gonna have to bring this thing home so I can get wrenches, or so I can get a vice grip and turn it so that I can get this seat post to quit moving on me. I strongly suggest that once you have it fixed to the position that you want, you just tighten it down and leave it, and don't ever move it. All right, let's talk about the height. Now this bike is 69 inches, so am I, so it should just come right up to where I need. Yep, that looks about right. And we already know that when you fold it folds down into 49 inches. The helmet that I'm using today, this is the one from Base Camp. It's got a lot of tech built into it. It connects to your phone, and there's some speakers right here on the sides of your ears so you can listen to your music while you're riding down the road, but you can still hear everything else around you. Then it also has turn signals built here in the back with a light. So it has the red light here in the middle, and then you have turn signals that'll flash when you use the bar controller that I didn't bring with me today. I don't use that function that much, but I do like to do the music. Unfortunately, if I play the music while doing these reviews, you're gonna hear it through the mic. So any other time, I'm wearing this helmet. If you are interested in this helmet, there'll be a link in the description below. There'll also be a coupon code for 5% off. I think this helmet's only 90 bucks in the first place for all that tech. That's a good deal. And then with my 5% discount, well, there you go. Also, when I hit 3,500 subscribers, somebody who leaves a comment in the videos where I started talking about this helmet, so it's like this might be the third one, they're gonna win this helmet. Not this one, I'll buy you one and then we'll ship it to you. All right, well, it's another beautiful day here in Chicago, so let's get back on the road and continue this review. This thing is zippy. It's got some scoot to it. But I have this issue, so we're gonna check it out here. I'm either constantly, yep, I just lost the tag on this because I felt like my foot is either keeps hitting the key or the tag. And I mean, I put a tag on all my bikes so that I can keep them in, keep them straight. And looks like I will not be able to ride this bike with a tag on it, nor will you, or you will lose it. This bike accelerates quickly, which that is a definite plus. I don't hear any rattling or anything like that going on with the bike, so that's also a very good thing when it comes to having a budget bike, that it does feel like it's built well. Let's do a little four-wheeling, off-roading with this thing. This thing scoots. Oh, I don't think this thing's gonna have any issue doing the hill test, and that's okay. Now that's a problem. So we were bouncing around and this part came unhooked on its own. What's going on? Okay, so it's locked. All right, well, let's see if that does that again. Because to solve that, you would have to put a Velcro strip around there to ensure this thing doesn't come unhooked on you. The last thing you want is this frame coming undone. So this is rough right here, but we're just taking it. Yeah, this bike is solid. I mean, I'm not happy about that, but maybe that's a one-off. I'm just laughing because this bike has a lot of power. I'm not even looking at the amount of torque or whatever, or the watts, because we're just moving. We are here to do the hill test. We have it in pedal assist level 5. We're gonna use throttle only. I don't think this bike's gonna have any issue going up this hill. Let's find out. Nice. This thing is just scooting right up. We're doing about 7, almost 8 miles an hour just coming up this hill. And it's not like a little hill. It has different, different angles, different heights. And it did just fine. It's good to see that this budget bike will give you that kind of power. You will have no issue dealing with hills. We are here doing the speedometer test to see how accurate it is. and it is off. It's showing 18.8 on the bike on the display, but we're really doing 21 miles an hour. So I wonder when it was stuck on 28 earlier, if we weren't, or when it was stuck on 25 miles an hour, if we weren't actually on 28. I'm going to tighten up my phone holder here. We are going to do our 0 to 20 mile an hour test. We're just going to use throttle only on this one. We have it on pedal assist 5, and let's go. 15 seconds. I have to tell you, this bike has taken those bumps rather well. Now we are going to do the pedal assist 0 to 20. We're going to time it, and let's go. Oh, these foldable pedals, the pedals are a little bit smaller, so it's not used to that. But once you get cranking, after we get going, we're going. Oh yeah, we did that in 12 seconds, like 11 to 12. I'll check it out in the post. Yeah, that was quick. This bike has it's got quick pickup. It really does. I am liking that. See, watch this bump. Yep, no problem at all. Okay guys, because this is so far off, like this is 18.5, this says 21. I'm gonna set my Strava, which I've totally forgot to do. This bike didn't have any miles on it, so I was like, all right, well, whatever the mileage is what it would be for this battery, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. This says we've done 6 miles so far, and we're still at 100%. So that's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set Strava. Now that we have that set, we're going to get that going, and then we don't need this phone holder anymore. I'll have to get into the settings and figure out how to get this to the right tire size, because it's clearly not set up for the the correct tire size. We are here for the brake test. Well, I've had it in pedal assist 5. We're going to go as fast as we can. I know the speedometer's off, so we're just going to go as fast as we can and see how quick we can make it stop. And then the seat keeps moving on me, so I'll deal with that after. Oh! Gosh, we deal with this. Whew. That derailleur is not happy. Holy cow. This thing picked up. It was going fast. And these mechanical brakes, it took a little bit to stop here. I feel like the mechanical brakes like pulse a little bit if you're not fully on them. So that's just kind of the downfall of having mechanical brakes. Here we go, brake test number 2, giving it all the juice. My seat has moved down again. Let's go. Oh gosh, this turning derailleur is just not happy. There we go. Oh look, this unhooked again. All right, we got some issues we got to deal with at home, but that's, that's the thing, man, with these budget bikes, you gotta possibly do a little bit more finagling with them. All right, so now I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna put a Velcro strap around that. We're gonna really try to torque this thing down to keep it from moving, and then we can finish on with this test. I have attached this Velcro thing here because I can't keep it. That's just not safe. And then I have torqued the crap out of this thing to get it, so hopefully it won't move anymore. I mean, it's like, it's on there really tight. We are at our first stop. Strava says we've gone 14.62 miles. The bike says we've done 16 miles, and I keep getting a lot of fluctuation coming from the battery power. So it dropped down as low as 35%, then it went to 40, then it went back to 50. Now it shows as it's just sitting here, we're at 61. I'm not really sure how far we're going to be able to go on this trip, because I'm going to have a hard time figuring out this whole voltage fluctuation that's going on. Now, it is like 75 to 80 degrees here in Chicago today, so we are getting every bit of the full use out of this battery. All right, let's keep going. See, now we dropped from 50% to 44. We're back up to 47. super confusing. Once I get to Lakeshore Drive, I'm gonna have to turn around because I can't tell. See, now it shows 19%, 18%. Well, if that's the case, I'm in trouble. So I feel like I'm gambling going all the way to Lakeshore Drive and then coming back. But we're almost there. I can see it from here. We've made it to Lakeshore Drive. Now, Strava shows we've gone 17.58 miles. The bike here says we've done 18, and we are back to 50% battery power, as you have seen, and that I talked about on the way here, that I'm having some serious fluctuation issues, and I don't know how far I can go before I'm stuck, before making it back home. So I'm going to push it a little bit. We're going to go a little bit farther down Lakeshore Drive, and then we're going to start heading back in hopes that I can make it home. This is a good place for me to do the top speed and see how long that takes. Now, we know that because this is off, it's only going to show 25 miles an hour, even though we know we're doing 28 miles an hour via Strava. So once this hits 25 miles an hour, that's when we're going to call it, because it's not going to be able to go any faster than that. I'll be using throttle. I'll be using pedal assist. Hang on, let me put that in pedal assist 5. I'm using everything, and let's go. It has a lot of pickup. It really does. Woo, like 16 seconds. Oh, we burned through some battery. It's showing 29%. I'm definitely going to have to turn it around and head home. It did not like that at all. All right, see, now we're back up to 43. It's confusing. Apparently, we're still at 50% power, so we're going to start heading back because I don't trust it. And then we'll just do laps maybe close to the house to see if we can get this battery to run out. This bike does have some scoot to it. And like I said before, even after these miles and just driving it around, it feels very solid. Nothing is rattling on this bike. Let's do a little cross country. Ooh, another hill climb. Oh, nice. This front brake pulses. And not a fan of that. A bike like this should definitely have hydraulic brakes. I think any bike that goes over 20 miles an hour should have hydraulics. This bike does a really good job of absorbing all the rough roads here in Chicago. I mean, although the seat is not ideal for pedaling, it is doing a really good job of just like all this roughness right here. Totally comfy. We are about 3 miles from home, and depending on what second that I look down at the display, we either have 30% battery left or we have 9. Pull the seat up again. Ugh. Look at how tight this is. I'm like, I'm not a weak guy, but that's how tight I have the seat post, and it still keeps moving down on me. Strava says we're at 25.36 miles. We're here at the end of the 606 where I normally start my testing off at. We still have 24% battery power, so we are going to shoot up and down until we see if we can wear this battery out. On these grips, it has a little bitty palm rest, but it's really not big enough to rest your palms on, not to make it comfortable for long distances. It's more of a bump now, so it's something more like in the way as opposed to resting your wrists. All right, now that the bike has 5%, it is pulsing back and forth, just trying to give it all it can. And of course, my seat has lowered once again, so I have to, since I'm pedaling, I need to raise it. Again, we're in pedal assist 5. We have it in gear 7, and we're maintaining 11 miles an hour with the pulse going back and forth. I mean, I have basically done throttle the entire time, but they say that this bike can do 39 to 43 miles with throttle only, and we haven't made it 30. If this seat wasn't so wide, this would be a little bit easier to pedal. But between the wide seat and the seat keep lowering on me, well, I don't know what to say. So it looks like 5% is the lowest you're going to get on this display. As you can see, hopefully you can see that the battery is flashing. It's giving me the E06 code, which I can't remember what that is, but we'll have to look it up. And this was just on its first real real trip, although I have run it through the ringer. But you know what? I run all the bikes through this same testing. You feel the pulse of power every now and again. So it went from more frequent to less frequent to now almost none at all. All right, we'll see you guys at the house where I will give you my final thoughts. All right, guys, we have made it back. Now, Strava says we've done 28.63 miles. The display on the bike shows that we've also done 28 miles. Not really sure how both of those matched up, considering that this is off. So I'm assuming that we've done more than that, because if you remember, we had already done some testing before I even turned Strava on. So I know we're into the 30s, maybe 31, 30, 31, somewhere around there, maybe 32. Some of the things that I would fix on this bike, so let's say you had $1,000 and you spent $899 on this bike, and what would you do with the rest of the money to make this a better bike? Well, this seat, as you know, kept coming down on me, and what I would do is one of two things. I would either try a shim, or I would get like one of the permanent clamps instead of this quick release one. I would get the permanent to where you use an Allen wrench and tighten it down, and then you have to use an Allen wrench to change it again. Also, the brakes, not a fan. I'm not a fan of these mechanical brakes, so I would take $40 and get the hydraulic calipers and put them on this bike. I mean, besides that, oh, the E06 error was telling me that the battery was drained and that it was discharged. And we're like, yeah, oh yeah, it was, because I took it all the way to the end. I mean, those are the couple things that I would improve on it. We did put this Velcro strip, so I don't really trust on how that worked. So we did that there. Now, things that I did like about this bike, it was solid. Like, we were powering through stuff, and you saw how easily it went up that hill. Now, this bike is only a 500 watt with a 750 peak of wattage power for the rear, but this bike handled as if it was a 26-inch bike with a 750 watt motor starting off. I do like the fact that the battery is 720 instead of a smaller size. I do like how it looks. Now, if you are interested in the D4, I'm going to put a link down in the description. It's going to lead to the Amazon part, because that is cheaper than what you can get it on their website. Also, if you are interested in the Basecamp SF999, well, there'll be a link to this helmet in the description. You can use my code and save 5% off, or you can comment on this video for a chance of winning this helmet once I hit 3,500 subscribers. I want to thank you for making it to the end and my review on the Isinwheel D4. Until I see you again, enjoy the ride.